me, Liberty. I've been asked several times if I had any tips for dating anyone like me, or dating a fearful avoidant or a disorganized attachment style. And so I've meditated on it for about the past few days, and I've come up with a few tips that I would like to give to anyone who wants to date someone that is a fearful avoidant or disorganized attachment style. My first tip is, what's your why? Do you like the way you're being treated? Do you think you deserve it? Can you not get a better date? Are you addicted or trauma bonded in the relationship? Are you in rescuer mentality? Are you preying on somebody else's vulnerability? These are all kind of questions that you can ask yourself to find out why you're willing to date someone that is pulling away or does the push-pull. Knowing your why can help you a lot in determining if it's a relationship you want to continue and what boundaries you want to put in place if you are going to continue. My second tip is figuring out why they are pulling away. Is it just their attachment style? Is it a fear response, a flight response? Is it maybe due to some autistic traits? I've recently found out I have a lot of autistic traits, and that may be some of the reason why I do my push-pull in relationships. And I'm also disorganized attachment, so I know my attachment style, and I do a lot of flight response and when trauma response comes up. Could it be their childhood conditioning? Were they conditioned to be in this push-pull relationship? Another part to that is it's even deeper than the why. Did you get too close, too fast? Are they afraid? Are they overwhelmed? Not just in the relationship, but are they overwhelmed with things in their life? Do they have kids? Is that overwhelming? Do they have a job that's overwhelming? And then is this just one more thing that is adding to their plate? And so maybe that's why they're pulling away. Were you being too nice or too compliant? A lot of times that nicety can be unattractive to people that are not in a good space. If they're in a healthy space, by all means, niceness is a great quality. It's attractive, absolutely attractive. Compliance, not so much, because it lets our body know that you don't really have a whole lot of boundaries, and that could cause problems later. Did they need to assert a boundary? Was there a reason for them to pull away? Were you being abusive in any way? It could just be emotional triggers that are not necessarily abusive, but could be seen as abusive or red flags to future abuse. Are they dating other people, or are they hung up on an ex? That could make someone not really fully into a relationship and pull away as well. And then another part to this, why are they pulling away, is, are they self-aware? Do they know that they're pulling away? Do they know why they're pulling away? Can they communicate what's going on, what they're feeling, what they need, what they want? If so, ask. By all means, ask. And if you did ask, would you be willing to hear them out? Or would you judge them or try to push them to change? And that leads me to my third tip. If you really want to have a relationship with someone that's fearful avoidant or a disorganized attachment style, establish emotional safety. That's the biggest thing. Communication and trust are necessary for a healthy relationship. Make sure you're being congruent and consistent. Consistency matters. Consistency over time is how we establish safety in a relationship. Communicate your willingness to be there, and don't lie about it. If you're not willing to be there emotionally, physically, all of that, don't communicate willingness to be there. But if you are, absolutely share that you're willing to be there. But please don't lie, because we can tell. We can sense that you're not there. Slow build the connection. That's one of the biggest things. Don't go too fast, too soon. Don't push for commitment. Don't push for communication. Slow. Don't enmesh. Whatever you do, do not enmesh. You have to have your own boundaries. You have to have your own self. You have to have your own life. Don't demand their attention, their energy, or their time. That will not go over well. We need our own space, and we need to feel like we have the authority and the agency to give our time and our presence and our energy. And we can only give so much energy before we start to feel resentment and feel like we're being taken advantage of or not being reciprocated. So reciprocation also matters. What are they giving? Can you give in return? Is it all you give and no reciprocation? Is it all them give and no reciprocation? That really matters. And the last part of that, establishing psychological safety, is no one should lose themselves in the relationship. They shouldn't, and you shouldn't. Be sure to maintain your sense of self, your boundaries. All of that really matters when you're dealing with someone that has disorganized attachment or is fearful avoidant or has trauma at all. That really matters to us, that you're not taking over our lives and trying to fit us into a box and make us be what you want us to be, or that you're doing the opposite, that you're fitting yourself in a box or trying to create yourself to be what we want you to be. We are trying to healthy attach to people. So these are my tips, and I hope they help. It's kind of disorganized and like my attachment style. But I honestly feel like these are my biggest tips on if you're actually going to date someone like this. So I hope they help, and I will talk to y'all soon. Love ya. Bye.